Hey guys, Cosmos here from Kabam server for Europe, and I'm gonna be doing a guide on equipment refining, and that is going to be in the blacksmith. There's a lot is gonna happen in the blacksmith, but let's have a look at some of the items that are gonna be involved. So first of all, there's a difference between sets. The higher level set you use, the more requirements and costs are gonna be. And I'm wearing right now my 50 set, which I've been wearing for a while, and I'm getting ready to switch to my 60 set. Now let's have a look at the refinements that I have on this set. Not every detail, but you see there I have on my helmet I have magic attack 122, level 9 physical defense, magic defense at level 10, endurance level 10, and crit level 10. On my brooch, magic attack, armor, crit, intellect, and endurance level 10, 8, 8, 4, and 10. So on a lot of my items on the level 50 set, I have very high levels and correct attributes refined, and that took, of course, a lot of refinement crystals. But it was well worth it. And the thing is, with the 50 set, or 50, I should say 50 set and below, it is relatively easy to refine them well, because it is easy to get those refinement crystals. Let me just find them in my bag. Here they are. So level 2 refinement crystal, which is good for equipment from level 30 to level 59. So that's the kind of the point, because after 59 it basically becomes a different game, or let's say much more expensive job to do. So you see I have like more than 3,000 of these refinement crystals, and most of them are coming from solo blitzes, where you can do the campaigns, and when you get the blue and the green equipments, you can recycle them in the blacksmith over here. You can recycle them and get those refinement crystals. So, and since I've been holding level for a while, at 59 I've been doing a lot of campaigns, a lot of solo blitzing, so I have a lot of refinement crystals. But these are gonna be no good for me when I try to refine my new level 60 items. Well, these just don't work, so I need higher level refinement crystals. Another item that's important for refinement is the refinement locks. Now these items I'll show you in the blacksmith. They are important because they can lock the attributes that you need in place and only roll or change the ones you don't want. So I have 358 of these over here, and I have 1,000 here. So I have much more than I need over refinement locks. They're not a major issue. And refinement locks you can get nowadays in Jewel Hunt. It drops refinement locks when you do your different combinations, when you play the game. Before the Jewel Hunt existed, refinement locks just didn't exist, so you had to pay balance for locking. But now, of course, as months and years go, game is evolving, so things that were difficult to get before are easy to get now, and now we have new things which are difficult. So that's normal progression in any game, or actually in life. So now that we talked about the items, actually let me run over also to Elise in the arena shop, because I bought the level 60 epic armor shard and weapon shard for 24,000 insignia, so 12,000 each. And why am I coming to Elise? No, I don't need Elise anymore. I already bought them. So what I will do is I will first synthesize my 2 items to legendary, just to get that done. Also to record it on the video, because it's a big moment for my character. So I will do my staff first and my robe, because I prioritize offense and then defense, and only after that health. And I only have enough legendary stones for 2 items, which is why I'm doing only 2. It's going to also cost me 700,000 per item. And I'm gonna of course lose the shards, and I'm gonna, well, in a way lose the basic item, but it's gonna be upgraded to the legendary. So synthesize, and synthesize. So 2 items now, and if I look in my bag, we should be able to see that, and because we're going to be working on those items, I wanted to have them ready. So that's the staff and that's the robe. It's nice, thanks. So the hat and the brooch also need to be refined, but of course I'm gonna try to prioritize things. So let's see. I already have them enchanted to plus 18. Of course, once I made them into legendary, I need to now enchant them to plus 30. So I'll be working on that, and I'll be working on getting more insignia and legendary stones to get the set ready before I can wear it. Because right now still the 50 set is stronger, so I cannot switch it yet. But it's good enough already for us to do a couple of things and to show, to explain you how the refinement works. So the first thing I want to show you is, as I explained, I cannot use, now if I click on refine, it'll show me the things which are relevant to refining, which is equipment items, refinement crystals, and refinement locks. Of course, balance. If you don't have anything, you can pay balance for them. So if I try, now it's a lot of oranges, I'm getting confused, but the letter E helps me. E means it's on you, it's equipped, and I need to refine things which are not equipped. So then I can easily see it's these 4 items. So if I pick my Sage Staff, for example, you see I have whatever was the automatically generated first set of items, and it's absolutely terrible. It's got health, it's got a block, physical defense 10 though, that's interesting, and crit 10, that's awesome. Why is it awesome? Because my mage is a crit build mage, so I have to have crit. Now for standard mages and standard knights, usually it's better to go for will destroyer build, and in those cases you don't want to have crit in your item refinement. So if I was a will destroyer build, even if this is level 10, I just get rid of it because you don't need it. Will destroyer removes any critical ability. So, and you see it says 0 out of 18, so I can't do anything. Even though I have more than 3000 of level 2 crystals, I need level 3. Now one way is to buy them in the shop. Actually, let's have a look. I think there was a couple of, there they are, or they made them more expensive, or I'm remembering wrong. So level 1 5 balance, level 2 10 balance, level 3 15, and level 4 20. I would say straight away these prices are ridiculous, and I would not recommend anybody, I cannot recommend people to spend these quantities of balance on these items. I can mathematically prove this stuff, but just for now take my word on it so we don't get into that. But at least if you have tons of balance, that's a place, you know, if you are super wealthy and you just want to buy stuff, you can buy it in the shop. So you can earn them in the dungeons by getting equipment and by recycling the equipment. So that's another way to do it. And the way I will do it is because I no longer need this 3000 refinement crystals, because I'm now higher level and I will never ever work with level 30 to 59 equipment. What I will do is you can synthesize your refinement crystals to a higher level. The exchange rate for that, if I may say it like that, is very bad, so you lose a lot. But you can't use, so I can't use the lower level ones anyway, so it's or to sell them for gold or to do this, which is what I'm gonna do. So the exchange rate is 1 to 10 for refinement crystals. So for 3000 I'll get 300. So I'm just gonna take all of them, so 305. It's gonna cost me 305,000. The gold is not a problem, and it's a big pity because it took me a very long time to collect 3000 crystals. But really there's nothing that you can do. Once you go to a higher level, you cannot use the refinement crystals of the lower levels. So this is what you can do with them. So I'm gonna synthesize this, and get those crystals. So now when I go to refine, and now when I pick the staff, now it will say 305 out of 18. Actually it's the other way around. What it means to say is you need to pay 18 and you have 305. Now it's always 18 per click. That is the cost. It's per click. It's really expensive, and the higher you go, the more trouble this is. And 18 is the cost for orange or purple equipment. Blue and green have much lower costs, but you don't really ever need to do blue or green. I remember maybe a year ago I used to use green for refining, because we had refinement events to do so many refinements per day, and it would be really expensive to do that on purple, so we'd use something like a green item. But that's a rare case, but if that happens, that's the place where you might want to refine a green one or a blue one. So let's take back my staff, and it's a perfect example based on which I can explain you. So all the stuff I explained up to now, I hope that already gave you good let's say maybe 50% or more of how it works. So just a couple of things to explain on this window. The auto buy button is dangerous, as you can imagine, because the moment you don't have enough, he'll spend balance with the expensive prices in the shop. Now these tick marks, this is what you want to click if you want to lock that attribute, so you don't want to change it. So in this case, I definitely don't want to change the critical, so I'm going to click on that, and he's going to warn me that he will use refinement locks, and if you don't have refinement locks, then he will use balance. So, and since I have them, it's not a problem. And he's also telling me that he can use bound balance before regular balance, so that's a tick mark. So I just say confirm, because I know I have enough refinement locks, and probably, but if you're watching this video today, from today onwards, you can get them, like I said, in Jewel Hunt, so that shouldn't be a major issue for you as well. And that's the one I want to block. The more difficult question is, do I want to block the physical defense? Now I'm a mage, so it's good to have physical defense, but what I like to have in refinement is a lot of offense. The reason I like a lot of offense is because for world boss you get more money if you hit harder. It's simple as that, and that's why I like to have, if I'm a mage, I like to have both magic attack and intelligence. And if I'm and if I'm a knight or if I'm an archer, I want to have both power or strength and physical attack. Two of these I want to be used for offense. One of them I want defense. So the one that's called defense, it's the same like strength, power, or intelligence. It's both giving you physical defense and magic defense, whereas here the physical defense will only give me physical defense. If this was defense level 10, I'd get both. So I definitely want defense, and that's the question. And since I'm a critical build, I need to have the critical. So that's how I'm explaining you what I want to have in these attributes. And with that explanation, if I have magic attack, intelligence, critical, and defense, that only leaves me one choice. And in this one choice, I traditionally like to have endurance for health. Endurance gives you more health than HP, just like intelligence gives you more power than magic attack. That's why in the fourth place I like to use intelligence. But in this particular case, because I don't have too many of these refinement crystals, and I don't know, you can get really unlucky. Sometimes I have spent 1,000 crystals and still haven't gotten exactly what I want. So I'm actually going to block the physical defense here, because it's already at level 10. and I'm a mage, so it's a good thing. And if I was an archer or knight, I would not block it. I would block it if it was magic defense, because for archers and knights it's more difficult to get that up. Charisma I don't want, block I don't want, and health I don't want. So I'm gonna click on refine, and it's gonna give me new stuff. And in the new stuff it gives me, you see that these two which I blocked, it's keeping exactly the same. But the new stuff it's giving me is armor level 8, which is awesome. Armor and defense is the same, just like strength and power is the same. Now it's giving me magic defense level 1 and block, which I don't want. Still, I'm gonna swap this. I paid already 18 for that, and I'm gonna block armor. So that means on this item probably I'm not gonna have anything to do with life, so my HP will be less, but I'm willing to go for that by having more offense and defense. So I have to refine it one more time because these two are terrible. Now I'm gonna use 3 refinement locks and still another 18 crystals, and it's giving me block and HP, which I don't want them, and I don't want those low levels. So I have to keep on paying. So now I got my magic attack and there's a magic defense. So I'm gonna take that. Now normally if I had a lot of crystals, I would block the magic attack like so, and I would roll the magic defense until I get intelligence. But that 250 is not a lot of crystals at all, so I have to be very careful with that. And because I still have 3 more items to refine here, which I haven't even seen their attributes yet. We'll have a look at in a moment. And in the future I need to get 2 rings and 2 jewels as well and refine those. So that's still a way to go, and until then I hope I can gather enough refinement crystals. But that's why I'm being careful with spending them. So I might even consider keeping this magic defense at least for the time being until I get everything else sorted out. And by sorted out I mean at least that it's decent, and this item came out to be pretty decent. This is 7, 8, 9 and 10 level of attributes which are all useful to me. So I think for now this staff is good to go. So I'm gonna switch to armor and have a look. It has endurance level 10, so that's what it was rolled with. It's great. And then it has a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want at all. It has magic defense, which I don't want because I have too much magic defense. And it has intellect but only level 1, and charisma, which I don't want, and I don't want the level 1 as well. And it has physical defense, but I just got that on the staff and I don't want to pile too much of that, and it's not level 10 or 9. I would say 8, 9 and 10 are high. 7 already is going into the middle range. But also careful, the level itself is not a major issue. If you look here, physical defense 129. If I switch to the staff, you see physical defense 136. So between 129 and 36 is not a great difference. It's just 7 points. So the level is not entirely a major issue, especially the lower level the item is. The higher it is, the more the difference. So in this particular case, you see intellect is 26. If this was like 5, it would be okay for me. But between 1 and 10, of course, there will be a good difference. It all adds up. It could be 10 points here, 10 points there, or on 8 pieces of equipment, which is your helmet, weapon, armor, brooch, and 2 rings and 2 jewels. 8 times 10 is 80 already, and everything adds up. So this armor is actually all terrible, except the endurance is very good. So I'm gonna block that out. And definitely as a critical build, if you're an archer or if you're a knight mage critical build, you just don't have a choice. You have to have critical on every piece of equipment, especially if you're not an archer and you're critical build, because mages and knights don't have like innate bonuses to critical, like the archer has, like 20% I think it is. So the whole thing has to be rolled out. So let's do that. And now I get again, things that I don't really want. I'm still gonna swap it. Why? Because I saw level 7 critical, so I'm gonna take that, but I'm gonna have to continue. Even though this magic attack is there, it's still level 1 is just too low. So I'm gonna roll that out. So that's gonna give me the magic attack and then good defenses. Now the magic attack I'm happy with, level 8. Now what I want is intelligence and defense. That is giving me offense and defense way better than these physical and magic defenses. The problem again, I'm being very careful not to run out of the crystal. So before I continue with the armor, I want to make sure the other items are at least okay, because they could be in a really big mess. And so we'll look at the head. So I left the armor as it is, and we'll look at the helmet or hat first. Now the hat has got a level 4 defense. Let me see if I have. So for example, the weapon, it had what's called armor 34 at level 8, and the hat doesn't have armor. It's called defense. It's basically the same thing. But I'm changing them to compare the levels. So level 4 is giving 24, and level 8 is giving 34. So quite a big difference. So I might not want to keep the level 4. Probably going to try to go for higher. And looking at these attributes, they're all something that I don't want. So I'm not even going to block anything here. I'm going to roll the whole thing and see if I get something. Of course, the more you block, the harder it is to find something, because when you roll everything, then you have 5 things you are rolling, you have higher chance of finding something. Another thing is, if you switch to another item and come back to the helmet, it's gonna show you the new stats here, because I didn't do anything. So some people ask me, oh, how did you already see the stats before clicking? No, because you have clicked it before, it remembers it, so it's gonna show you. So you can always switch to another weapon and come back to the helmet. It'll show you what it rolled the last time that you clicked it. But the moment you take whatever action, this place will get empty. So that's also good to know. Still, I don't like to keep things left. I like to finish things, because then I don't have to remember or care about them. Now, in this case, I'm gonna swap them with the new stats, because there is a level 6 critical. It's not terrible. At level 7, it's 129. At level 6, it's 105. Sorry, let me look at it again. Am I confused? Level 7 is 129. Level 6, 105. Yeah, that makes sense. Now you see for critical there is a good difference between the levels. Still, again, you always have to care and not to waste your refinement crystals too fast. And I do wonder if I should keep it at level 6. For now, I'm gonna just roll it the whole thing again, actually. So intellect level 7, magic attack level 7, and physical defense level 8 look decent. So I'm gonna swap this. Actually, the attributes are the kind of ones that I want, which is intellect, critical, and magic. So I got my offense, my entire offense is here. Maybe the levels are not awesome, but the offensive items are there. And these two are something that I don't particularly want, but I could live with the physical defense, although the block I don't want at all. And I'm gonna do the brooch before I go back and look at the items again. So the helmet, I would call it now, it's in an okay state. It's let's say average. I could live with it. I would definitely want to improve it, but I could live with it. So let's have a look at the brooch now. Here, awesome, we got critical level 10, so that's going to be blocked straight away. The rest is, even though magic attack and endurance, I don't particularly want those levels. We're going to refine those. Got here magic attack at 10, intellect 1. So I'm going to swap and block the magic attack. The rest I don't want. And now I got defense 9 and magic defense 9 and health 9. So I'm gonna swap that. So basically here I have half of my offense that I want. So I have magic attack, I have crit, I don't have intelligence, but I do have my defense, and although I don't have endurance, I have HP at level 9, which is good enough. So basically on the brooch it's looking really good, except I would really want intelligence instead of magic defense. But this is pretty good refinement for the brooch. Of course magic defense is not terrible, I just want intelligence, but I could live with this just as well. So now I know that all 4 of my items are good, with the helmet being the worst. So it being the worst, let me see if somewhere else I have intelligence to compare what a level 7 is with something else. Actually I have nowhere. This was the only place I got intelligence, so I'm actually going to block the intelligences, and I'm gonna roll everything else including the crit, because I think it's too low, and it's giving me defense and things which are low, which I don't want. Now I can spend the crystals a little bit more aggressively. Defense, endurance and charisma, I'm gonna swap that, and the endurance I can block, although the other 2 gotta go. Physical defense, HP, physical defense at level 10. Again I find the same story, but I'm running out of refinement crystals, so I'm actually gonna block that. And critical 3. I only have like 3 clicks to go, so I'm gonna take that for now, and I have 71 crystals left, and I'm not in a rush at the moment because I'm not gonna wear the equipment set right now, but I know now they all have pretty decent refinement. It can definitely be improved, but decent enough to wear. So now that's how basically you get your refinements improved step by step. So I would say make sure all your items are decent first, and then spend whatever extra you earn, whatever extra effort you get to make them perfect. Of course, the longer you work on them, the higher chance you can improve to basically to make them to perfect, near perfect or perfect level 10 of exactly the attributes that you want. Kind of like the 50 set that I have. It's got really good refinements, the 50 set, on all the 8 items, and that took a long time to get. So that's basically how to do item or equipment refinement, and all the items and the thinking and the strategy involved with it. So I hope you guys found that guide useful. Please do click on like and subscribe below the video if you did. Also helps a lot if you guys share my website or my videos. So my website is dollygames.com, where everything is linked from, or my videos. It helps if you share on whatever you use, like Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or anything else like forums or guild pages. And yeah, just giving shout outs as well, whatever if you can do to help me out is awesome. Thank you in advance for that. And if you want to come play on this server, you can go to server for Europe. You can Google Kabam Wartune, and if you want to come to this server or another server, that's how you can do it. And if you want to try out other games, you can always go to kabam.com, and they got a whole list of games. You can try them out. And if you got any questions or whatever, you can put your thoughts down in the comments, and I'm really busy, but I do my best to answer pretty much every comment that people put, if it's decent, that is. Nothing rude, please. So that's it. Hope that was all good and fun and informative. Thanks for watching, you guys, and have a very nice day.